Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the train room. As you can see right here, we have the Lionel Base 3, and this is going to be the first in a series of probably 3 or 4 videos where I kind of go over how to set up and how to use the Lionel Base 3 with the CAB 3 app, going through all the different buttons that are on the app. In this video, we're going to go over how to set up the Base 3 when you first get it, kind of how it looks coming out of the box. You can see I pulled the box out. We have that right here. And then we'll also go through just real quick how to program an engine into the base 3 so that you can get your base 3 all set up and running just based off of this video. And then the next probably 2 or 3 videos will be on using the actual CAB 3 app, running engines through that. I don't have a Lionel CAB 2 controller or CAB 1L controller which work with the base 3. I only have the CAB 1 controller, the Team CC controller, so I'm not going to be going over how to use that. This would just be how to use the app. Maybe in the future, if I get any of those, I definitely do want to get a CAB 2 one day. But if I get those, I'll do a video on that. But for now, we'll stick with setup and how to program an engine into the base 3. So let's go to the setup. So here's the box that the base 3 comes in. Clearly, I already have mine out because I haven't set up, and I don't want to. In this video, I'm not going to be actually doing the setup of the base 3 with you guys if you're trying to follow along, because I already have mine set up and I don't want to risk trying to unset it up and then reset things back up and having all sorts of issues arise. So I'm just going to kind of walk through how I did it to make it easier for you guys. So then if you have any questions or anything, one, you can watch the Lionel videos. I know Lionel has put up videos on the YouTube channel about how to do this. Other people have videos too, or leave comments in the comments section and I will try to answer any of the questions you guys have. When you first open the box, it actually isn't tape shut. It has these magnets in the corners, which I think is pretty cool. Get the box opened up. So there will be this sheet that's kind of quick start guide. I was trying to set this up with my dad, and we didn't really find this that helpful. It gives you some of the quick steps. It doesn't actually tell you how to connect your app and all that stuff. All it has is a QR code in here to get to the Lionel website. There's no actual instruction manual. This is kind of all you get. The backside is just stuff about it. So this does help a bit, so we'll go through that a little bit later. But then in here, the base 3 itself will be sitting in here. You just take this off. You can take out the base 3. It has a cable already into it. This was just on the plug that goes into your outlet, or I have mine plugged into a power strip. And then it also has this cable. I think this is for connecting it to a computer or laptop or something, so you can perform updates to the base 3. Which I don't believe there are any out for the base 3 yet. They've only updated the CAB 3 app, which is you just update through your phone or iPad or any other device you're using it on. And then this is a memory module, which I believe is for taking the data you have in your CAB 2 or in your base 2 and CAB 2, your legacy system, and then you download it onto here, plug this into the base 3. There's a plug-in spot on the back, which I'll show later when we get on there. And you can upload all your stuff right into the base 3, so you don't have to reload all your engines into there. I did not have a CAB 2. I still don't have a CAB 2. Like I said before, I do want to get one. But, so I'm not going to be going over that. And then finally, in here, this little gap in here, was the antenna that is on the back of the base 3, which you'll see in just a second when we look at the back of that. So that's kind of what the box first looks like. Thing you gotta do is just take out the base 3 and take out the antenna. If you're just setting it up like me, it's the first control system of this type you have. And then now we can go to the base 3 itself. So now that you've got that all out, so let me just get this all set up. We now are on the base 3. So I have it plugged in right now. Actually, no, I'll turn it off. So we can start with it like that. Turn off this too. So you have the base 3. So first thing you have to do, which it does tell you, turn this around, tell you to do on the quick start guide, is put the external antenna on the back. So this just, sorry, get it on the back of the base. You get it like this in the box. All you do is screw it on back here, and then, but it doesn't have to be super tight. I'm saying just have it up like that, so that way it has good connection for your phone or other remote you are using. This is the little spot where that memory module, I believe, goes into back there. And then you can see it has all sorts of other connections for USB. I think that's for that cable it came with, connecting it to a computer or something. And these are for the LCS, I believe it stands for Lionel Control System, devices they have. I've never used any of those. I don't know how those work. And then this is the on-off switch. So the cable that you plug into the wall or a power strip. And this is then just an old post like you find in the old transformers. And then so to connect this to your track, you take a wire, attach it to the base 3, and then attach the other end. See if I can do this. Sorry, I've got this on a tripod, so we're going to try and do it like this. There we go. To the backside. So this is the wire. That's the wire coming from the base 3. I have both my tracks connected to the same ground over here. I believe on this transformer you could also connect all of them to this post. I just did it like this. So we have outside track, inside track. Then both grounds are right here. You just connect this wire to your ground. And then that's how you get the signal to all of your tracks with only one wire. Makes it a lot simpler. Okay, so now that you've got that all set up, if you are setting this up while watching this video, pause, make sure you get that all set up, rewatch if you need to at all. We can put this back over here. This is where I have it for now. I kind of like the way it looks, so that's why I kind of have it out here. It says underneath the table, but I'll probably move it underneath the table eventually. So that is how you get it all plugged in, wired up. So now to actually get it connected to your device or something, you clearly have to turn it on. And when you first turn yours on, I can't remember exactly what happened, but you can see right here it's going through a ton of the lights. It's checking its system to make sure it's working. That is what it says it will do. Yeah, here you can see. This is just telling you plug it in, all that stuff. It says flip it on, and it tells you the lights are gonna flash and stuff. So it's checking everything. So mine is clearly already set up, so it's already checked stuff. So yours might take a little longer. Just wait till you kind of stop seeing things changing. This does say that the Lionel lights at the end will pulse, which I believe this does. Yep, there it goes. So it should look like this, I believe. And there are two ways you can set it up. You can set it up with connected to your network, or you can have it create its own network to connect to. So I'm going to turn this way again so we can see the front now. I had issues setting this up. There we go. Connecting it to my network. So you can see there's these switches up here. I have not touched either of those. They're both down in this one is in the RF run. This one is in the Bluetooth run. I'm not entirely sure what those are for, but I don't think they're very important for setup purposes. So for the networking switch, if you want to connect it to your network, what you have to do is have this switch down to the network, to the bottom for network. And then what you do is you press the WPS button on your base 3 and on your network device or router. Mine did not have a WPS button, so we couldn't get that to work. We tried connecting it to the internet through a computer and stuff, and that wasn't working. So we decided, we're going to do it the other way, which is have it create its own network. So you flip this switch up to the AP, which I believe stands for access point, and that is where the base 3 will basically create its own Wi-Fi. So if we have that flipped up to the access point, let's turn the transformer on, make sure we're all good here. And then what you have to do is go into your settings on your phone. And I don't want to, show all the stuff in my settings, but go into your settings, go to your Wi-Fi, just like you're over at your friend's house trying to connect your Wi-Fi or something like that. And in other networks, you should see Lionel base 3 dash and then 4 numbers. And those 4 numbers, I guess, are unique to each base 3. So yours will have its own 4 numbers. And all you have to do is tap on that. It will load for a little while, and then eventually you will connect to the base 3. So now that you're connected in your settings, connected with your Wi-Fi, this does mean that you are not connected to your own internet. So you don't have Wi-Fi, which sometimes can be a bit of an issue, which is why I know a lot of people are going to having a dedicated device for the base 3, so they'll just use an old phone or an old iPad, something I do plan to do eventually. So that way, you never have to worry about changing the Wi-Fi every time you want to use that device. All you have to do is just turn the device on. It might already be connected to the base 3. Just connect it real quick, and then once you're connected in settings on whatever device you're using, you then go to the Cab 3 app. I've got the open now, so now you can look at mine. So let me find this here. So we're in the Cab 3 app, and then you press the red kind of Wi-Fi button here. Sorry. Searching for base 3, connecting, and then it will connect. And then when you connect, you see the the orange light turns on the front of the base 3. You are now connected on your phone. You got all of this stuff. So that is kind of a quick setup of the base 3. Oops, sorry. So yeah, so that's kind of a quick setup of the base 3. We had the phone connected. Now I don't remember, I did this all the way back in like December when I first got the setup. So I could have left something out. If I did, please say that in the comments below. I will either try to edit the video or maybe just put up another video saying, oh, this is the right way to do it. But I believe that should work when you're setting up your base 3. And now that we are connected to the base 3, we now have to get our engines programmed in. So let's go do that right now. Okay, now that our base 3 is all set up and we're connected to it on our phone, we have to now connect to our engines or program our engines into it so we can run them. So mine is already on. You see the big boy because that was the last engine I ran, and I already have my engines programmed into it. As you can see, I don't have any pictures in there. I have the pictures on my iPad, but I'm currently using my iPad to video, so I do have to put the pictures in there for my phone, but we can go over how to do that later and how to put pictures in for each of your engines. But so back to the home screen. So again, not entirely sure how this will first open up, what it will say, but to program your engines into it, you have to get to the keypad. So you might already be there. If you're on this screen, you just press the engine button and it takes you to the keypad. This is the exact same, I believe, that is on the Cab 2, same thing that is on the Cab 1. I can pull it up right here. You can see basically works the same way with the numbers. It's just the set button set is right there versus on the Cab 1, it is under this little thing there. So I believe all engines still come automatically programmed with engine number 1. So if you just put in engine, just put in 1 and then click enter, you would go to engine 1. I do not have an engine 1, so that just didn't give me anything. But that should connect to any engine you're running, and then that will be happening. So then, to program an engine into it, it's the same way you do it on your Cab 2 and your Cab 1. I have a couple engines here, just so we can kind of do a quick demo. Again, I already have these programmed in. Just to show you real quick. In case you don't know how to program an engine to any of these devices, I've got my Alaska SD70 Mac here and my Lionel Polar Express Legacy Berkshire. So what you have to do is, now these switches are in different places. I think for all engines, generally for steam engines, it's beneath a sand dome or some sort of dome on the engine or in the tender, it changes. But for Polar Express, it's right here. There are a bunch of switches in here. As you see, one of these switches is run program, so it's currently in the run position, but you just flip that to the program position, which is the other side. And then once that's in the program position, you just turn on track power. Then you go over to your app. So it's in the program position, track power is on, engines, we can do that real quick. Engine is getting, sorry, wrong track. Engine is getting 18 volts of power, lights are on. You go into here, then you click, we'll go back to engine. Type in the number you want, because this is a normal Legacy engine. It doesn't have the 4-digit addressing, which the big boy does have. You do the same thing for that, just having 4 numbers instead of 2. So this is already engine 25, but you type in whatever engine you want. Let's just say we want to do engine 10. That's in there, then you click set. And then the engine's lights will flash. I think it normally does the horn or whistle to tell you that it has, see the command, that is now its ID. So then, if we go over, just real quick, to this guy over here. Oh, so sorry, real quick. after you've done that, you then turn track power off, go back to the switches, change the switch back to run mode. We can put the dome back on here. Back in run mode, turn track power back on, and then you just type in, you can either go to here, pick the engine that you want, or just type in engine engine 1, you can't see that, engine, I clicked, we'll do this again, engine 1, 0, enter, and then it'll connect to engine 10 in this case. And then for the SC70 Mac, just because it's a diesel, I thought we'd go over this one too. The switches are back here. Very similar to the Polo Express. You have all the switches in there. See, on the top one is run program. You just put that program, same thing, turn track power on, put in the engine ID, click set, turn track power off, turn it back to run, and then put in the engine ID and run your engine. So now that we have the engine programmed in, sorry, turn this back off. Look back over here at the base 3. Now that we have our engine into here, you need to put in all the information about it. So to do that, you click, so you see here it says engine, oh sorry, no, that's wrong. You click on, there's a train on here and kind of a settings button. Click on that, takes you to all the engine information. So then here we can put in information like its road name, its road number. So say we're doing the Alaska train, road name would be Alaska, road number 4001. For road name, you can put in whatever you want. So I think mine says Alaska SD70 MAC. You can put whatever you want. Road number, from the number, and then diesel, and then motive type. Come on. Oh, sorry, it's down here now. You can pick between all of these different things. You can also put in, I think it's gonna be on here somewhere. Yeah, passenger cars or freight sounds, transformers, all this different stuff on here. You say what it is. So say you're doing the Alaska engine, this would then be a diesel. The control type, again, Alaska engine is legacy. So we do legacy. I do not know what R100 is or cab 1. I believe you'd probably almost always do Team CC or legacy, but whatever one it is. And then you go into sounds. I picked the sounds. So this would be legacy rail sounds. And then just look at your engine's instruction manual if you're doing a Team CC engine to figure out if it has rail sounds or rail sounds 5 or no sounds. And then it's also where you can set the momentum, low, medium, or high. Again, just like the other ones. And then when you're done, you can clear it too. If you just press the clear button, it undoes everything. So if I click clear, gets rid of anything I did, gets rid of that from whatever I have. So then, but to save it, you would just instead, so this is what I have. So here, for example, the Alaska engine, this is what I have for all the information in there. And then to be done, you just click back. Confirm update. So if you made any changes, it updates that, sends it to your base 3. So yeah, so that is how you can kind of do a quick setup of the base 3, get your engines programmed in. Again, I could have missed something. I did this 3 months ago now, or however long it's been. So if I missed something, please let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. The next video in this series will be on we'll be on running the actual engines, going through all the different buttons that are on the base 3. I might split that into multiple videos, all that stuff, but we'll get into that in the next video. So, this video is all done. You've seen how to get this thing set up, how to program your engines into it. I hope this has been helpful. Again, like I said, like 2 or 3 times already. If you have any questions or recommendations or comments, just put those in the comments below. And thank you all so much for watching.